to my channel, and if you're new, hey, what's up? My name is Tanya, and thank you all so much for joining in and watching this video. As usual, there will be timestamps listed down below so you can jump around this video, and if you like what you see, smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and thumbs up this video. Just do it right now. That way you don't even have to think about it as the video goes on or at the end of the video. You can just sit back, relax, enjoy the video, have your latte, maybe a glass of wine, just chill, but just like hit the buttons first, and then it's a no-brainer. You get to just enjoy the video, hang out with the Fawn Squad, be a part of the Fawn family, chit-chat with other Fawns. It's a really fun place to be, so you just don't want to miss out, I'm telling you. Now this video shout out goes to Selena Lee MUA. Selena, thank you so much for that really sweet comment. That was so nice of you, and you are so pretty. Like, you are so pretty. I love it. I love it. Do you have a YouTube channel? Because I'd love to check it out, because I would love to know what you do, if you have a makeup channel, because you have MUA at the end of it, or what you do, where you're from, if you're in the States. I just love knowing all these things because we're such a global community. It is so awesome. So I just love knowing as much as I can about my Fawns. I think it's so cool to be as personal as we can be. So Selena, welcome to the Fawn fam, Fawn Squad, Fawn community. It is so awesome to have you be a part of my journey on YouTube, and I would love to join your journey if you have a channel as well. Now this video is on the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. Now, I have like kind of like a going on with this foundation. So I like this so much more than the last Maybelline foundation that I tested out. I love the formula of the foundation. I think it is beautiful. It gives a gorgeous finish. You can build it from medium to full coverage, so you have that versatility in how much coverage you want for the day. So I love that. You can use a beauty blender, you can use a brush. They both perform really well. The brush does give you more coverage, and it doesn't leave streaky marks or anything like that, and it performs very well with other products like concealer and blending it out and powders and all of that jazz. So the formula, it's a glass bottle, the price is right, everything like that is fantastic. The cons to this, the main con is that it dries down, and it dries down at least 2 shades darker than what appears in the bottle. And I'm like hella tanned right now because of that. So one, I did pick up a shade that's too dark for me. This is 130 Buff Beige, and online it looked like it was going to be my color, but it wasn't. But then it dried down, and I tested it out by doing my whole face, and then I noticed, because I always save my neck for like later on and not like eat up time in the video, and I don't. I blend it out off of camera so you don't have to have the extra time, but I saw my face was starting to look like more and more orangey, so I was like, okay, what? Like, that's not the color I put on my face. So then I blended it down my neck, and it was a different color from my face and my neck. So it hasn't seemed to oxidize since the dry down, so at least it doesn't it's also oxidized, because that would be a nightmare. So just beware when you're buying this foundation. You're gonna want to go 1 or 2 shades lighter than what your actual shade is, because it is going to dry down to a darker shade. And then my other issue with it is that it's like that Estee Lauder Double Wear, where it's just a free-for-all pour bottle. So you gotta like pour it on the back of your hand, pour it onto, you know, that was my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour palette. Pour it onto your palette, you know, something like that. And I don't understand why this doesn't have a pump. The Estee Lauder did end up releasing a pump that's sold separately, so that's solved, so it's not an issue anymore. I don't know if it's gonna fit this one, but who wants to go out and buy, you know, separate pumps for their foundations, especially a drugstore foundation. Like, that's some nonsense. This is irritating to me. Like, there's no need for that. No need for that. This should be a pump or a squeeze bottle or something. But you just have to like free pour it. In this day and age, I just don't think that that's acceptable. It's so much more messy. You waste so much more product. You have to be so precise when you're pouring it out. So I have a major issue with the packaging, and then as long as you're aware of the dry down, you know, you can kind of finagle it a little bit with going down in shades, but that's still irritating as well. But the formula is beautiful. So there are the pros and the cons, and it's up to you, obviously, as it is with any makeup, if it's worth the fuss to you or not. For me, I don't know that it's worth the fuss because I have so many other foundations that I do love so much. Even from the drugstore, like I have a handful from the drugstore that I absolutely adore, and it's spot on correct for my shade. It doesn't dry down, and they don't dry down and they don't oxidize. So for this to be such a high maintenance foundation that's from the drugstore, I can't foresee myself purchasing multiple shades, hoping that it's gonna dry down to my correct shade, hoping that I don't have an accidental spill from a shaking hand, or, you know, my RA isn't gonna give out and I'm gonna spill it everywhere. So for me, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think I'm gonna repurchase it, but I do really enjoy the foundation formula. So if they revamp packaging, at that point, I'll probably reconsider and give it another shot at a lighter shade. So if you guys haven't tried this foundation yet, it's something to take into consideration. It does blend out beautifully. It does leave a beautiful finish. So it is worth picking up if you don't mind the high maintenance aspect behind it. So if you guys want to see it in action, then just keep on watching. Alright, so here's the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. It's for normal to oily skin. I picked up the shade, okay, here, that's better, 130 Buff Beige. I was about to say, what? It's like numbers and letters, but 130 Buff Beige. It looks like it could be pretty good. A little dark, but that's okay. I wanted to give Maybelline one more shot at a foundation because I really despised the way the last one looked on my skin. It just looked so cakey. So I thought we'll try this one out and just see if it's any different. It doesn't really say. It mattifies and refines pores, matches natural tone, natural seamless finish, and that is it. We get 1 fluid ounce or 30 milliliters, which is completely typical. I am going to shake it just in case. So if it just is supposed to match your natural undertone, does that mean that they didn't release a bunch of different undertones? I can't remember. I was just like quickly trying to get another foundation from Maybelline to test out for you guys, and I cannot remember because I've been on such a like foundation buying spree to test out because I know you guys have really been enjoying those videos. So now I'm blanking if they did not have undertones, and I need to blow my nose. So give me 1 second. All right. Oh. Are you serious? I despise these type of bottles. It just is a free pour. No pump, no squeezy tube. It's like the Estee Lauder. Is it the Estee Lauder? But at least they came out with a pump for it. So now I don't mind it, and I love my Estee Lauder. I haven't really sanitized my Cosmo Cube in the last few days. No, I'm gonna use the back of my hand. This is so irritating. Oh, okay, we are gonna have a tan. Wow. That's really liquidy too. I already did prime and color correct, by the way. I'm sure you guys know the drill with that by now. Okay, aside from the insane shade difference, I cannot believe how much darker this is, and it's definitely not a universal undertone, but it is going on really nicely so far. I do want to try my Lexi brush on the other side. I have been veering away from my Marc Jacobs Marc Jacobs The Face, which is the #3 brush, because it's so dense and it's more hard on your skin, and I've been doing so many actives on my skin, and last night I did a retinol treatment, and this one's just so much softer. So even though the Marc Jacobs can give like maximum capacity full coverage, it's just my skin's been going through a lot of like my at-home treatment. So this one's just softer. It is the 532 round top blender. So I just want to see if I can get more coverage out of a brush. I mean, maybe a little bit more. I mean, you still see the sunspots on first application, where over here you see them more. I need more than that. Alright, I quickly did my neck too, and the dry down makes it darker. I was curious because it looked like my face was getting darker and darker. So there is a difference between oxidization and dry down time. So when a foundation changes color immediately, that's when the shade shifts upon drying down. Oxidization happens throughout hours as the oxygen mixes with the foundation, then it can change color. So this one has a crazy dry down difference because I put the same amount on my neck as I did on my face, but I did my neck last. So be aware of that. The shade name is, I guess Buff Beige. I don't know. I want to say that this line was a fairly decent range in shades, but that this was one of the lightest. So, and it's way too dark for me. And it dries down and gives even more color to the skin, and it pours out. So there's a lot of cons to this foundation, but at the same time, it does give a very beautiful finish. So if you can find your right shade, this does look really beautiful on the skin, and it blended out really easily. You can build it up very easily, so you can go from medium coverage to full coverage. You can use a beauty blender, you can use a brush, so it is versatile that way. So there are pros and cons to this one for sure, but let's see now how it plays with other products. I'm going to start with my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. Now taking my Tarte Shape Tape, Well, all of the products played really nicely together. Nothing separated. It all blended out really seamlessly. Now this is a little bit of a heavier foundation, but it's not heavy at all. It's just that I can feel it. Where a lot of different foundations I've been reviewing lately, you can't even feel. It's like putting on a moisturizer. This one you can definitely feel that you're wearing it, but it's not heavy cake face feeling. And I think that this one really is beautiful. It's just a matter of getting the right shade and dealing with the stupid that's really, really annoying. But this one I really do love. I think it looks very, very flawless. It covered up my blemishes. It covered up sunspots. So overall, I definitely am so much happier with this one than the other Maybelline foundation. So thank goodness. All right, so that does it for this video. I hope you guys like this one. Please thumbs it up if you do. Let me know if there are other foundations on the market that you guys would like me to review. I do have a handful sitting here that I'm waiting to review. I have the new LA Girl. Oh my goodness. I have the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and then I have one from Kevyn Aucoin, one from Lancome, so I have two like Luxe and then two Luxe and two drugstore. So and then I have a bunch actually of samples that I've been accumulating so I can try out samples like Josie Maran and a bunch of other ones like that too that I'm just blanking on. So that way I can just like keep using the samples up to make a full face of foundation. So just let me know and then I can go through my drawers, see if I have it. If not, you know, start making a list of more foundations to review for you guys. So until next time, good night, good morning, wherever you are. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.